because it definitely wasn't working you know, today. It was working to a certain percentage, but we definitely know it's gonna work tomorrow. So I'm happy that, you know, Gran Turismo's also adding a career mode, which is gonna happen next month, and I'm happy for that. I found out when it's gonna come out too. It's close to my birthday, so yeah, like Gran Turismo mode. Like, if you ever played the original Gran Turismo games, you would know what I'm talking about. Gran Touring mode. A very long time. Yeah, I know. Gran Turismo mode is probably what made Gran Turismo in the first place. You know. But yeah, I definitely agree with that, man. You know, and that it took me 2 months to get big on the first Battlefront. I mean, you witnessed this, so I don't really have to explain that. But it's taking longer now because there's some streamers that have switched over from their main game over to this one, and it's like, what the fuck? Yeah. I just don't get it. I'm not really getting the logic behind it. I just find it funny because some people, you know, they pull out that excuse like, oh, okay, well, I'm not getting viewers on my own game, so I might as well just switch over to Battlefront. It's like, no, because those people actually want to watch Star Wars. They don't want for you to be cheesy, gather those viewers and try to play a different game, because that's pretty dumb, you know. I'm not a big fan of that. Because if I dedicated my time to only playing Star Wars, I'd only play Star Wars. Alright, I'm about to die. Yeah, he killed me. Let me just pick the specialist class one more time. And that's what me and my friend were talking about too, man, because I died. I got hit by a random grenade. But that's what me and my friend were talking about, because me and my friend were like, well, why is it that, you know, when you stream in the mornings you don't get anybody, but when you stream at night you get people? And I put two and two together. I'm like, well, it's because I play a specific amount of games, or I play like specific games. And I put the fact that when I used to play Battlefront in the afternoons, I got more viewers. But it's true though, because when I played Battlefront in the afternoons, I definitely got more viewers in the afternoon than what I would do in the fucking morning. Sometimes in the morning, yeah, but I wasn't even surprised about that. It's just I find it funny too, like when we have this discussion about, like, you know, people who didn't play the first Battlefront. Like, it's funny. I find it funny because people just jump on the boat. Like, that's a little stupid, you know? Like, you can't just, like, that's like being a professional basketball player, bro. Like, if you don't have no experience on, like, you know, any knowledge with the free throw line, or learning how to, like, dribble or shoot, like, people always take college basketball individuals for perfect example, because those people actually, that's like, well, you start in high school. Personally, you start in high school, and then it's just like, if you get accepted into a college to play, like, it's a different story. But some people don't even get to play in high school, and then when they play in college, they get looked at very differently. They get picked up by the local sponsors. But that's basically what I mean, is that, like, you can't play a game for a certain amount of time. You can't play this game for only 2 months and then expect, like, you're gonna get some sort of a community going, because, you know, like, to me, I just find it fucked up. Like, I just find it fucked up that, like, all these bigger streamers are only tuning in, and then they're gonna give the game a bad review. Like, I already know this. They did this with the first one. They're gonna give the game a bad review, and then like they're gonna blame, you know, the developers, and it's like, well, you can only do so much. You can only do so much with like blaming the developers and stuff, because if you just blame the developers for that type of nonsense, then like, how do you look, you know? Because that's what Ninja and the rest of the bigger streamers did too. The bigger streamers actually gave like a bad review about the first Battlefront. Like,
Follow me.
they said the first Battlefront was a little lanky, which I'm not gonna lie. I mean, at first it was, because a lot of stuff wasn't nerfed. But when they started nerfing some of the guns and whatnot, and they tried to make it balanced, I mean, it was halfway decent. It was halfway decent. It wasn't that bad. So my total thing, my total belief too, my total belief about it too is I don't care how long it takes me to get the Battlefront community started. I don't care, but I don't care how long it takes me. I just hope it happens, you know. Cause like that's my whole thing. Like I don't care the amount of time I put into the community. Like, I want to grow. Yeah, as long as it's worth it, you know. I think he just got bodied. Well, I don't think, I know he got bodied. So I missed a lot of shots this game, but I made up for it. So. Cause you know this, Disclosable. Like, I played the first one. You know I wasn't bad at the first one. So, like, there has to be something up right now. There has to be something up. Like, what do you think it is, though? What do you believe it is?
Throwing.
They don't want to view new content? Is that what you're saying? That's like people. That's like people who view JR Carito. I love JR Carito. I love JR Carito. I think Carito is the talent. I think to me, he's practically one of the second best in my opinion. You know, the second best. I don't know who. Like, my first best would be like Dante, because Dante, you know, Dante moves a certain way that I like. You know, but even though like he's eager. You know, even though he's eager, but still, I like him. But my whole thing with it is this, like, people stay stuck in their own ways and they only view that one person because they think that he's the only talent out, you know? Which is sad, because when you really think about it, he, like, I'm sorry, but once that person is gone, they're gonna look for the next big thing. That's the same thing with me. So I don't know. So I know it's not that. Okay, I'm getting shot from nowhere. And we